there he goes again. He's at odds with the medical community. He is going to put American lives in death and peril. How dare the president actually set a goal to end this nightmare?
Ultimately, the goal is to ease the guidelines and open things up to very large sections of our country as we near the end of our historic battle with the invisible enemy. It'll go on for a while, but we win. We'll win. I said earlier today that I hope we can do this by Easter. I think that would be a great thing for our country, and we're all working very hard to make that a reality.
You did understand that, first of all, it's a goal, and right now, it actually really is a very obtainable goal. Early on Tuesday, the president stated from the Rose Garden that he would really like to see America begin to open back up and go back to work by Easter. And what a symbolic picture, because Easter, of course, to Christians, is a remembrance of the resurrection of Jesus Christ. And what a visual image he created in the resurrection of the United States. He then reiterated that same goal line later in the day at the daily press briefing. And of course, immediately, the media went into their hyperbole. He is at odds with Dr. Fauci. He is at odds with the medical community. This is outrageous. He's going to put American lives in peril. Can we dial back the rhetoric? Can we dial back the manufactured hysteria, the outrage, the concern, and roll back the fear-mongering and actually deal with some facts? Coronavirus, it's not made up. It's real. And it's here. And it is. And it's going to be. For years. It's here. It's here. We can't stay sequestered, quarantined, under house arrest forever. Can't do it. That's going to trigger so many other problems, and I'll get to that in just a moment. But this idea that you think what? That if we're sequestered for the next 2 weeks or 2 months, depending on what rogue dictator governor regime you're living under, that then magically you just walk out of your house and poof, it's gone. It's here. I can understand taking a step or two to try to slow it down, let the medical community get its feet underneath it so it's prepared at hospitals and medical clinics to deal with it. But ultimately, the only way that it really goes away is the natural order that God has already set up in dealing with these things. And you aren't going to like this. We call it herd immunity. What does that mean? It means the virus has to actually spread so that the vast majority of people can be exposed to it and develop an immunity to it. The longer we slow it down, we're not ending it. We are simply delaying the inevitable. This is not the Black Plague. It's not like if you go outside your house, you are going to just immediately drop dead. But yet that is the image that the media is trying to create. That is the image that even certain medical so-called professionals and Democrats and libloons are trying to create in the minds of the American people, that at any moment, this contagion floating in the air, you could just die. You do understand that in a planet of 8 billion, billion with a B people, it's just under 500,000 people total on the planet of 8 billion have it. We haven't even hit 1 million cases yet. We've had flu pandemics, swine flu, 60 million people got it. Nothing was shut down, nothing was quarantined. The president is right. There is this physical aspect of we want to keep people as healthy as possible. Duh, obviously. But I've been saying as a pastor, there is a psychological and spiritual aspect that nobody is talking about. It's one of the reasons we made the conscious decision our church is open. Now, we have stopped some of our extracurricular type programs and activities, but the main Sunday service, I'm not going to tell people they can't come. We live stream the service. If people feel they can come safely and follow the guidelines while they're here and the social distancing and refraining from physical contact with other people, and they want to sit in the auditorium as we live stream the service, they are welcome to do so. Again, throughout history, in times of great crisis, of great unrest, everything from plagues to wars to famines to natural disasters to terror attacks, the one constant stabilizing factor in a society is a local gathering of worship, a place where people can find faith, hope, encouragement, love, peace. The church should be part of the equation in solving this, but yet, for the first time, we're being deemed as non-essential. And you know how I feel about that whole what is and is not essential.
Come with me.
I am an essential worker.
Essential worker.
Yes. I work for Oskar Schindler.
Essential worker for Oskar Schindler.
One-armed
Yeah,
Jew.
very funny.
Yes. Twice as useless. I work for Oskar Schindler.
Danke, look at the snow. Look at the snow. Look at the snow.
So in states like New York, it's essential that liquor stores stay open, but auto repair places, car dealerships with auto service centers, they're closed. So the single mom who may happen to be a nurse and needs to actually get to work, if her car breaks down, she's out of luck. Good thing she can walk to the liquor store and drown her sorrows and get drunk, because the government is absolutely inconsistent in its policies. And the stabilizing force of giving people a sense of normalcy is a house of faith, a place where people can go and gather together and draw strength from the connection of those around them. Again, the reason the supermarkets are so packed right now, it's not really about the need to buy more food. It's the need to be around people. It is the way we have been designed and created. That said, the president's absolutely right. We keep quarantining and cutting all of this off, people are going to start suffering from depression, anxiety, suicide. This is not a good thing, especially not everybody gets to work from home. You know, it's really great that Jimmy Kimmel and Fallon and the rest of the late night goobs can, do their talk shows from their living room. Wow, awesome. And still collect their multi-million-dollar paychecks. Most people do not have that luxury. Waitresses can't work from home. There are just so many people right now who are in fear because the news media is so focused, so narrowly focused on just reporting rising corona cases. All right, let's talk about that for a moment. Does the flu even exist anymore? Because we don't hear any reporting on that. Are there any car accidents? Is any more gun violence? We don't hear any reporting on any of that. It's only corona. Corona cases are rising and death. What about those who are asymptomatic? Like all of these TV and movie stars and professional athletes and even politicians who are reporting and tweeting that they have tested positive for corona and yet have zero symptoms. So as we see the numbers rise every day of how many people are testing positive for coronavirus, how many of them are literally symptom-free? How many are actually critical? Does anybody even know the number? Those that are near death because of their age or other extenuating health issues, again, there is so much positive reporting out there right now on the malaria drug. Is it chloroquine? I believe that's how you pronounce it. It's been around since the late 30s, early 1940s. It works. And now they're finding that the good old Z-Pack works. Shazam, Batman. Because at the outbreak of this, we were told, oh, you can't use an antibiotic like Z-Pack. Funny thing, though, is Z-Pack is the go-to that just about every doctor gives out. If you walk into a clinic, an emergency room, your own primary care physician, and you know, during cold and flu season with chest congestion, any type of respiratory issue, they put you on the Z-Pack. Now they're putting corona people on Z-Pack, and shazam, it's working. So that now that people can begin to see, hey, you know what? We can go to the grocery store without dropping dead. We can pump gas and not die. We could probably go back to work. We can practice some social distancing. We've learned the importance of wiping things down and, you know, again, being conscientious of germs. And again, what good does it do for you to put on your little mask and wear it all day and breathe in and breathe out that same air? It's why doctors have them disposable. They use them, take them off, put a fresh one on. You walking around in yours that you've been wearing for weeks since this thing happened, and then the cross-contamination where I've got gloves. Well, that's great. So you put the gloves on to pump your gas, and then you grab your car keys. You haven't even been trained that when you perform a function in gloves, take them off immediately and then get fresh gloves. Oh, that's right. We don't have enough because we need them for medical personnel. What do I do? Wash your hands. It's really simple, and it works. The president is absolutely right to set a target goal. Isn't it amazing how we're watching the stock market go up? And I don't believe that's just because of the stimulus. And I'll have more to say about that tomorrow. No, there is hope in knowing there is a light at the end of the tunnel and it's not attached to an oncoming freight train at you. People need hope and expectation. And that's what the president is doing. It's not a false hope. He's left the door open that further crackdowns are needed. But he understands that this virus is here. It's here. And there's not much that we're going to be able to do other than there is promising medication. It doesn't have to be a death sentence. In fact, in 99% of the cases, it's not. This is being driven by hype, by the media, and we certainly know the Democrats are trying to cash in on it. The deep state, the swamp, they want this thing to be never-ending. In fact, saw a headline just a little while ago. There's another virus breaking out in China from rats. Here we go. Here we go. Imagine if the media talked incessantly about what's happening with car accidents every day, the regular flu, regular pneumonia. Be smart, take care of yourself, but again, there is light at the end of this tunnel. The president is right. Now we'll watch and see what these rogue little wannabe dictator governors are actually doing. Mr. President, prayers up for you. We got your back. And you're doing exactly what we need you to do. Be the man we elected. Go with your gut instinct. It's great you have strong counsel around you, but at the end of the day, you instinctively know what needs to be done here. Thank you. That's it for this rant. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you give us a thumbs up and a like. Subscribe to the channel. Smack the bell for notification of my rants.